5. Next on the list, black women are the only women who want to compete with, dominate, and destroy their men. This is not all sisters, I know that. This is not all sisters, I know that. This is not all sisters, I know that. But black women, if I'm going to get on the brothers, I got to get on you. Black women, if I'm going to get on the brothers, I got to get on you. Black women, if I'm going to get on the brothers, I got to get on the sisters. Black women are the only women in this country, only ones who want to compete with, dominate, and destroy their men. I've been in relationships where I felt the woman was in competition with me. I've been in relationships where I felt the woman was in competition with me. I've heard it from other brothers. Why do we have to compete with our women? Why do black women feel a need to out-achieve their husbands, compete with their husbands? Black women, you got to stop this. I didn't say there's anything wrong with you making more, having more, earning more. I'm saying that it is unhealthy for the black woman to have a spirit of competition with her king. A queen does not compete with a king on the throne. A queen does not compete with a king on the throne. A queen does not compete with a king on the throne. She has her role and he has his. She has her role and he has his. Black women have to stop modeling dysfunctional behavior for black girls. Stop modeling dysfunctional behavior for black girls. Black women, stop doing it. It's okay to show a little humility in the presence of your king. It ain't gonna kill you. I did not say disrespect yourself. I did not say belittle yourself. I did not say reduce the power of your spirit or your mind or your brilliance. I said it's okay to be humble once in a while in the presence of your king. It's okay to not have to show other people you know more than your husband. It's okay to not have to show people you make more money than your husband. It's okay to not have to show people you put more money on the down payment for the house than your husband. Black woman, stop. Stop, stop, stop. Because you are risking the safety, security, and survival of the traditional black family as much as the rainbow gangers. Stop competing with black men. Stop doing it. Now let me move to the brothers. Beta males of the manosphere. Beta males of the manosphere. I see you, Nina Simone. I see you, Nina Simone. Beta males of the manosphere. I need you to stop publicly. I need the black man, because you are the only man who does this. See, we're talking about peculiar characteristics of the Negro psyche. We're talking about peculiar characteristics of the Negro psyche. We're talking about peculiar characteristics of the Negro psyche. I need black men to stop publicly on YouTube, publicly on your podcast, publicly on your Instagram, your Facebook, your website. Black men, stop publicly shaming, humiliating, and insulting black women. That is unmasculine behavior. Alpha males don't do that. The job of the man is to promote and protect the woman. The job of the king is to promote and protect the queen. Black men have to stop publicly shaming, belittling, degrading, and insulting black women. By doing that, you are telling all the other men in this country with your weak ass. Do you know how dangerous that is when you do that? Do you black Negro males understand how dangerous it is for you to publicly tell the world, I don't like black women, I don't want a black woman, She's ugly, she's fat, she's thirsty, she got too many kids, she ain't bringing nothing to the table. Do you realize what you are doing to our people, to our girls, to our sons when you do that? Stop publicly shaming, abusing, condemning, criticizing, belittling, and desecrating the sacred, divine, feminine force of our community. And brothers, let me come to you with a little African spirituality. Brothers, let me come to you with a little African spirituality. In Yoruba culture, which I practice, there is a collection of spiritual forces known as the Iyami, Iyami. Please do your research on the Iyami, otherwise known as the Great Mothers. The Great Mothers. Are you listening, brothers? The Great Mothers. This is the collective force of all wombs. I hope you're listening, black man. Every black woman who has ever lived on this earth, every female spirit that has ever given birth to a child is part of this invisible, divine, majestic power known as the Iyami, or the Great Mothers. This physical force of the great divine feminine often visits those who offend sacred divine female energy in the middle of the night. They are largely a nocturnal energy that comes out at night. Europeans mistakenly referred to the great divine mothers, which is a righteous energy, as the witches. It's the original concept of the witch. Any woman who had spiritual power was considered the devil's maiden. I want y'all to hear me. Any woman who was considered spiritually gifted was considered to be evil. This is what the European taught. The witch. During slavery, the witch became the bitch. Black witch or bitch. So I need you black men to understand that when you disrespect black women, you are sowing karmic seeds. You are sowing karmic seeds. And your karmic debt sooner or later will be paid in full by a visit from the Iyami, the great African mother force of the universe, the great African sacred divine feminine, can destroy your business for disrespecting black women, can take your wife from you and give her to another man for disrespecting black women, can cause medical problems and health problems and political problems and social problems. All I'm saying to black men is when you offend the black woman, you are offending a sacred power that will protect her daughters. The great mothers will protect her daughters. And I would dare say, black man, I would dare say, black man, I would dare say that you will be punished 50 times worse than a white man. You will be punished 50 times worse than an Asian, an Arab, a Latino, or East Indian. You will be punished 50 times worse. You want to know why? Because you are a manifestation of the great sacred divine masculine. I am a manifestation of the great sacred divine masculine. God put black men on a pedestal spiritually. You're the first man. So you have an obligation to protect the first woman. It is a birthright obligation. It is a birthright obligation. It is a birthright obligation. And as a result of all this nigritude and nigrophobia and hatred for the black woman being projected by the black man, I would tell every other brother listening tonight. I would tell every other brother listening tonight, make sure you pray. And after you pray to the Almighty, who is neither male or female, but the owner of masculine and feminine energy, make sure you pour libation to your ancestors. And when you pour libation and meditate to your ancestors, you make sure you let your mothers know. Let your great mothers know, your great grandmama and your great great and your great great grandmama and your great great and your super great 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 grandmama. Let them know, grandmama, female ancestors, great queen mothers, I take no part in the disrespect of black women. I take no part in the public disgracing of black women. I take no part in the belittling of black women, and I will defend the honor of the black woman, even if it costs me my life on earth. Because life never ends, only life on earth. Life never ends, only life on earth. Life never ends, only life on earth. Make sure the me of your family tree, brothers. Make sure the me of your family tree and the entire historic collective African female family tree, make sure they know that you are not on the wrong side of feminine energy. Masculine energy is supposed to be in harmony. Masculine energy and female energy are supposed to be in harmony with each other, not in conflict. This is why black women got to stop this beating up on the black man publicly. Black men got to stop this beating up on the black woman in public. We are destroying the spiritual foundation upon which we live. How many white women have you slept with? 0. But you already knew that. 3 more and we're done. 3 more and we're done. No independent racial agenda. We have no independent racial agenda. We have no independent racial agenda, and we don't want one. You know what our racial agenda is? Go vote for the white Democrats. That is the racial agenda for the Negropeans. That is the racial agenda for the Congressional Black Caucus. That is the racial agenda for the NAACP. That is the racial agenda for the Urban League. That is the racial agenda of the black church. We have no racial agenda. All we got is vote in the next election. That's the only agenda we got. Vote and go to church. How has that saved us? Vote and go to church. How has that saved us since Dr. King's assassination? Somebody tell me how. What kind of a plan is that? Go vote for white people and go pray to hustlers in the pulpit. How has that worked out? How? See, when the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy is ready, when the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy is ready, Toledo, Ohio, August 11th, New York City, August the 17th, Cleveland, Ohio, African American Museum, August the 19th, Nat Turner Land, August the 21st. It's a Black August with the Prince. When we open up FDMG, you can join Team Pan-African. You can become a card-carrying member of Team Pan-African. There will be levels to the membership. We will have life insurance. We're going to have health insurance. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I can't tell y'all everything I'm working on. But I'm telling you, when FDMG is ready, my brothers and sisters, the ancestors will celebrate with us. 2 more. We have no economic loyalty to ourselves. We have 0 economic loyalty to ourselves. Black people have no economic loyalty. Why do black businesses have to break their neck to get $1 from a black person? The only black businesses that don't have to break their neck to get $1 from black folks is the hair salons and the soul food restaurants. If you got a hair salon and a soul food restaurant, you okay. Any other black business got to break their neck to get $1 from black folks because you have no economic loyalty. When the last time you seen a Mexican in a black store? When the last time you seen an Arab in a black store? When the last time you seen a European Jew in a black store? When the last time you seen an East Indian or a Native American in a black store? Nobody spends with us, especially us. Nobody spends with us, especially us. Nobody spends with us, especially us. That's why when we open up FDMG, we're going to have a black business directory that's going to blow your mind. It's going to be off the hook. I'm going to organize black businesses in a way like they've never been organized before. I'm going to do what Booker T. Washington did. He opened a school, ran a school, and had the National Negro Business League. Pan-Africanist Booker T. Washington opened a school, ran a school, and had the National Negro Business League. Pan-Africanist Booker T. Washington opened a school, ran the school, and had the National Negro Business League. Lord ancestors, let's finish this. Let's get the job done. Irun Mole, let's finish. Egbe Iyami, Orun Mila, let's finish FDMG. And let's begin the process of nation building for our people. Last but not least, and probably the biggest problem on the list. I've covered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and this is 13. 13 peculiar characteristics of the Negro psyche, which explains why we are dead last in the race for survival in this country and around the world. Number 13, last but not least, we have no interest. You want to know why we don't have a Black Wall Street? We have no interest whatsoever. You want to know why we don't have a Black Wall Street? We have no interest at all in an exclusively black community. If I'm lying, say it. If I am lying, will somebody please shame the devil? Is DR.UMAR lying when I say that most of our people have no interest in an exclusively black community? Everybody celebrating Black Wall Street, most of us are a bunch of hypocrites. Everybody celebrating Black Wall Street, most of us are a bunch of hypocrites. Everybody celebrating Black Wall Street, most of us are a bunch of hypocrites. There's no way in hell you're going to celebrate Black Wall Street, but you live in a white suburb. You live amongst white folks. You bank amongst white folks. You shop amongst white folks. You vote in a white political party. You send your kids to a white private school, and you want to tell me you believe in black power. You's a damn hypocrite. You's a damn hypocrite. You's a damn hypocrite. Black people do not want a black community. You don't, unless it got white people in it. First of all, half y'all married outside the race anyway. Half of y'all married outside the race anyway. Half of y'all married outside the race anyway. So you can't be part of no exclusively black community anyway. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's just keep it 1,000. Most of you are snow bunnied. Most of you Negroes have already been snow bunnied, male and female. You can't be part of an exclusively black community. But for those of you who have not been snow bunnied, for those of you who have not been snow bunnied, for those of you who have not been snow bunnied, you don't want to be part of no exclusively black community. You don't want to wake up and everybody in the hospital black, everybody in the supermarket black, everybody in the bank black, everybody in the school black, all the pictures are black, the dogs are black, the cats are black, the fish are black, the snakes are black. How many of you love black people that much that you are willing to spend your life, the remainder of your time on earth, in an exclusively black community? Chinese do it. European Jews do it. Arabs do it. East Indians, Latinos. We are the only people who don't have a single independent black community in this country. Not one of you. 50 million Africans, 50 states, 50 million Africans in America, 50 states, not a single black Wall Street. You know why? Because you hate yourself. Know why? You love white folks. I read an autobiography from a Black Panther who was a real Black Panther from the Panthers of the 60s. I forget his name, but he was the marshal of the Black Panther Party. I'm forgetting his name. He was in Oakland with Bobby and Huey. Anybody remember his name? Light-skinned, fair-skinned brother. He lived out the rest of his days in France. I forget his name. You know what this brother told me? I read his autobiography last week. Because you have to read, you have to study. Don't be an intellectual masturbator, but you have to be knowledgeable. This brother said in the book, and I'm paraphrasing, this marshal for the original Black Panther Party now. He was in the wars with the party. He had to go into exile. He said that for all the revolutionary integration we talked about uniting with other revolutionary anti-capitalist groups, he said the only integrating I really saw was between the sheets. I'm going to repeat it because I don't think y'all heard me. I just bought the book last week and I read the book last week. I bought the book last week. It was from, not Bunchy Carter. Bunchy was murdered. He talked about Bunchy's murder. No. This was another brother, Donald. I can't forget. I never heard of him before. But he was a frontliner. I never heard of him until his autobiography came out. He was a frontliner. He said, for all the revolutionary collaborations we talked about, all the revolutionary cooperations we talked about with the radical white and brown socialist groups, he said, quote, most of the integrating I saw was between Cox. There you go. Cox. What's his name? Daniel Cox? I hope a white man didn't give me that answer, did he? But anyway, that was him. Donald Cox. Read Donald Cox's autobiography. Donald Cox. Read it. Very good autobiography. I learned a lot about the struggle in that. But he basically said that the Revolutionary Brothers was more interested in them white cookies than white revolutionary cooperation. Same thing with the Pan-African Socialists. Pan-African Socialists ain't no different. They love white women too. Yep, I said it. Pan-African Socialists love white girls too. Maybe not all of you, but let's be honest. A lot of Pan-African Socialists sleep with white girls. And that's why y'all don't like me, because I'm Pan-African nationalist and you like white girls. And that's why you want to talk that socialism, communism, because you want an excuse to sleep with the white girl. So, as we conclude tonight's lesson, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for those of you who have stood by me these 25 years that I've been fighting for our children. Some of you have only known me the past 12 years because you wasn't familiar with my Pennsylvania activism days. You're not familiar with my Philadelphia activism days. You've only known me since the Chicago interview of September 18th, 2010. But I'm here to tell you the best of Ifatunde is yet to come. The best of Ifatunde is yet to come. I had a brother come up to me at the Bantu Fest in Chicago. He said, Dr. Umar, you saved my life. I had another brother say, Dr. Umar, you changed my life. I had another brother say, Dr. Umar, you raised me. I said, what? He said, bro, I think he was 22. He said, I've been listening to you since I was 10 years old, man. You raised me. Your videos is the reason I don't sell dope. Your videos is the reason I got my own business. Your videos is the reason I'm married right now. I had no idea that there were grown men walking around who were literally raised on the gospel of Ifatunde. I had no idea that there's young women walking around who were literally raised on the gospel of Ifatunde. And all I can say to that is the best is yet to come. We got to get this school done. If you got any electricians or plumbers or HVACers, it's time to finish FDMG. 3.5 years is too long. We got 6 weeks until the festival, and I'm hoping the school is done in 6 weeks. It's a long shot, but it's possible. Please go to fdmgfestival.com and register. Please go to fdmgfestival.com and register. Please go to fdmgfestival.com and register. If you want to be a vendor, send an email, fdmgvendors with an S at gmail.com. fdmgvendors with an S at gmail.com. If you want to perform on the stage, no blonde hair, fdmgperformances at gmail.com. If you want to perform on the stage, no blonde hair, fdmgperformances at gmail.com. We need some children's groups for the festival. If you have a children's group, boys, girls, dance, song, if you have a children's group, we are in need of some children performers. Please email fdmgperformances at gmail.com. Hit the Cash App, $FDMG School. Hit the Cash App, $FDMG School. Hit the Cash App, $FDMG School. Hit the PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Hit the PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. For the shockumentary, hit the Cash App, $DrUmarJohnson. For the shockumentary, hit the Cash App, $DrUmarJohnson. For the shockumentary, hit the Cash App, $DrUmarJohnson. For the shockumentary, hit your Zelle, 215-989-9858. For the shockumentary, hit your Zelle, 215-989-9858. For the shockumentary, hit your Zelle, 215-989-9858. If you live in New York City and you have a testimonial for the shockumentary, America's Psychoacademic War Against Black Boys, if you live in New York and you want to be interviewed, if you have a story of miseducation, a story of racism in the school, a story of school police brutality, a story of ADHD abuse, a story of psychiatric medication, a story of learning disability abuse, autism abuse, a misdiagnosis, conduct disorder, juvenile detention, expulsion, suspension, racism. If you live in the state of New York, I will be interviewing mothers, fathers, black men who want to tell their story of what they went through as a black boy in public or charter or private or independent school. Please text your name, city, and the word shockumentary to 215-989-9858. I will be interviewing New Yorkers in Manhattan Thursday, August the 4th. I will be interviewing New Yorkers in Brooklyn on Sunday, August the 7th. I will be interviewing New Yorkers in Manhattan Thursday, August the 4th. I will be interviewing New Yorkers in Brooklyn Sunday, August the 7th. Please tell your story. I'm only in New York 2 days. I'm not coming back. If you want to tell your story, if they did your child wrong, it's time to tell. You don't have to name no names. You don't have to name no schools. Tell your story. Retired teachers, retired principals, retired nurse, retired counselor, retired school psychologist. Tell your story. 215-989-9858. If you live in Delaware, Maryland, or the District of Columbia, if you live in Delaware, Maryland, or the District of Columbia, I will be coming to your state in August to film. Text your name, city, state, and the word shockumentary. Black businesses, if you want to send Dr. Umar a sample of your merchandise, Send it to my P.O. Box 6872 Philadelphia. Send it to my P.O. Box 6872 Philadelphia 19132. All members of the Ifatunde Queendom, I'm looking forward to your birthday gifts this year. All members of the Ifatunde Queendom, I'm looking forward to your birthday gift this year. Mail my birthday gifts to P.O. Box 6872 Philadelphia 19132. Toledo, Ohio, August 11th. Text me for the flyer. New York City, August 17th. Cleveland, Ohio, August 19th. Text me for the flyer. Nat Turner Land, Virginia. Everybody needs to be there. August the 21st. Waldorf, Maryland, September the 18th. London, England, September the 24th. Limpopo, South Africa, November 18th and 19th. But on Saturday, September the 10th. On Saturday, September the 10th. On Saturday, September the 10th, I need everybody to be at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, 2nd annual FDMG Festival from 10 in the morning till 8 at night. Food, games, vendors, performers, drums, music, hugs from Ifatunde for the queens, books from Ifatunde, free food, giveaways. And we also going to have a red, black, and green FDMG pillow raffle. Red, black, and green FDMG pillow raffle. Red, black, and green FDMG pillow raffle. You must have a state-issued driver's or non-driver's license to get into the festival. You must have a state-issued driver's or non-driver's license to get into the festival. You must have a state-issued driver's or non-driver's license to get into the festival. This is one of my wifeys. I'm just trying to cook for your birthday. Appreciate you, beautiful. Can I be your third wife? We got to talk about that. Would you consider a queen from the continent? I want to be a vendor. Text, email. I'm tempted to do a shockumentary teleconference question and answer session. I'm tempted to do a shockumentary question and answer teleconference. I might do it later tonight. My Zelle is my cell number. My Zelle is my cell number. I'm going to hold off on the shockumentary telethon for donations right now. I might come back and do it later. This is the Prince of Pan-Africanism signing out. You know how to reach me. 215-989.